These are my absolutely favorite barbecue tongs. So stay tuned if you want to know my tips and tricks how to craft such a tong. Hello YouTube, welcome to another Swiss Army knife project video. Today I show you how to craft such a barbecue tong. About 10 years ago I wrote my second Swiss Army knife carving book with the title Outdoor mit dem Taschenmesser. 2017 came the English translation of this book on the market with the title The Swiss Army Knife Book 63 Outdoor Projects. One of these 63 projects was this grilling tong with the thinned out, rounded middle part as hinge and a cord who was responsible for limiting the opening angle of the two legs. Recently I saw an Instagram post from my friend Grilling. He carved such a tong, but with something like a guidance rod instead of a cord. I like this smart idea very much because this guidance rod can limit the opening angle of the legs, and on top this guidance rod gives an additional stability, an additional guidance for the two legs that they stay on top of each other, even if you clamp something with a little bit strength. That's why I asked him if I can show his idea to my audience, and he agreed. And by the way, Gri was participant of the German version of the survival show Alone. In my opinion, Gri is a fantastic bushcrafter and a fantastic survivalist. So the links to his social media channels you find here and in the description box below. And now I would say, let's start crafting the barbecue tong. So the first thing you need to craft such a tong is a piece of a branch, as straight as possible, with a length about 1 meter and a diameter between 20 and 25 millimeters, a bit less than an inch. The next step is to mark the center of this branch. So from the center mark I go 10 centimeters on this side and 10 centimeters on the other side. So 10 centimeters is a bit more than the handle of a Swiss Army knife. So it's about here. Yeah. So these 20 centimeters I thin out that at the end the thickness of the thin out part is about a third of the diameter. So if the diameter is 20 millimeters, the thin out part has 6 or 7 millimeters. So, and by the way, in my case, I took hazelwood. So now you have to bend the thinned out part to a round hinge. You don't do this over the knee or even in the air, because like this the forces increase for sure at one point and you get a kink. And this is what you don't want. If you bend the thin out part around an iron bar or little trunk, the forces are spread on a bigger area, and like this you can prevent that you get a kink. So this is the metal rod of a hiking trail sign, and I decided to bend my thinned out part around this rod. So I would recommend first start with the sides here, and then with the center part. And you need patience and you have to be careful. It's not that bad. Because of the big tension and around the part, a little bit of the outside of the material splits away. But this isn't the problem. And I have still enough tension to open and close the legs. So now I removed these splitters carefully, and like this, I guess it's okay. So the next step is to carve flat the inner parts a little bit. With these flats I grab the meat or whatever. So like this is perfect. So now inner parts are done, then I make the shape on the outside. So this is okay for me. So on the next step I make a 10mm hole about 10 centimeters from the end. Somewhere here. That you get the 10mm hole here, you can turn in the wood saw like this. Now I clean the hole a little bit with the small blade. So here is my 10mm hole. The next step is to carve this guidance rod, and for that I use a dry branch so that it can't shrink in the diameter again. And I reduce the diameter of this guidance rod to 10mm, except the head, so that I can stick in the guidance rod in this 10mm hole like a nail. As guidance rod, I took a stick with a little curve in it, because this has also a little curve and this works perfect. So now I pressed in the guidance rod, and now I can define where I have to make the second hole. I would say somewhere here. So I would say the tongue works perfect. Last step is to make a little hole here to determine the opening angle, and here I put in this little stick. So be extra careful on this step that you don't split the guidance rod. Hole is done, put the stick in. Ah. I really like it. So my friends, that's it for today. I really like this barbecue tongue. I hope you like it too. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you in 1 or 2 weeks. Ciao.